Okay, fourth grade, we're going to be working on everyday skills that we possess right now that will help us in the workplace. Some of these skills would be teamwork, problem solving, communication, leadership, and computer skills. I'm going to read 4 different workplace scenarios, and I want you to identify which skill is being demonstrated in each one. Let's begin. We had to write a report today. Sam came up with the ideas, Jane did most of the research, and I'm really good at writing. So between us, I think we wrote a great report. What skill do you think is demonstrated in this scenario? I think the main skill here would be teamwork, because the group worked together to complete the project. But there's some secondary skills as well. One might be leadership. Perhaps one of the group members took charge to delegate tasks to the person who was best at it. Or also communication, because the person who is good at writing would be using their communication skills. Let's try another scenario. I just took a call from a customer needing urgent help with their website. It wasn't something I'd handled before, but I found a good way to keep the customer happy using what I already knew. What's the main skill being used here? I think the main skill is problem solving, because the worker used skills he already had to help him with something new. You could say that another skill that he's using is computer skills, because the customer needed help with their website and the worker assisted with that. Here's a third scenario. I just used a design program to create a new logo. Then I used a spreadsheet to calculate the budget for my project, which I emailed to my manager. What's the main skill here? This one would be computer skills, because the worker used a design program, spreadsheet, and email, and these are all done on the computer. A secondary skill would be communication, because in order to effectively create a logo and budget and to explain these things through email, the worker had to communicate clearly. He not only used written language, but also visual literacy skills. Let's try one last scenario. An upset customer called this morning. I listened to his complaint and then explained why we hadn't been able to deliver his order. He calmed down when he understood the situation and agreed to a new delivery date. What's the main skill here? This would probably be communication, because the worker listened to the customer and made sure that he felt heard. He then effectively explained the situation. A secondary skill would be problem solving, because the customer had a problem and the worker was able to solve it. Do you think that these skills are only used in workplaces? They're not. You can probably think of lots of situations where you've used each of these skills already, either in or out of school. Being able to demonstrate these skills is important when applying for a job. As fourth graders, you are already working to develop lots of skills that will help you in the workplace. Here's a list of everyday skills that you might already have, and I want you to think about how those skills might help you in your future career. The National Associates of Colleges and Employers published the skills and qualities that employers are looking for in college graduates. Here are the skills that NACE reports as the most important to employers in order of priority. First is leadership, being able to take charge. Next is the ability to work in a team. You need to get along with others and make sure everybody is doing a good job. The third most important skill is written communication skills, so that you can express yourself clearly in your writing. Then problem-solving skills, being able to attack an issue and solve it. Next is a strong work ethic, making sure that you work hard and do your best. Next is analytical and quantitative skills. These are skills that you're developing in math class. Next is technical skills. These are the kinds of things that you might learn in a trade school. Communication skills is important again, but this time employers are looking at verbal communication, talking orally and getting your point across clearly. Initiative is when you see an issue and you work to resolve it without being asked. Computer skills are the things that you're learning with Mrs. Koppes in the computer lab. Flexibility and adaptability is being able to change and go with the flow. Interpersonal skills are your social skills, like knowing how to greet people and to use your manners. Being detail-oriented means that you pay attention to all aspects of a task that need to be done and that you do them well. Strategic planning skills help you to plan a task from start to finish to make sure that you complete it well. A friendly and outgoing personality lets you socialize with others and make them feel comfortable. Entrepreneurial skills also tie into leadership. Tactfulness is being able to say hard things in a way that makes people comfortable. And creativity is thinking outside the box and solving problems in new and fresh ways. For your assignment, you need to choose 3 of these skills and write a paragraph about how those skills are being developed and how they will help you in the workplace. So take a look at this list and see which 3 skills do you think you're working on right now in your everyday life. When you're ready, you can continue your lesson to learn how to write this paragraph.